Good morning, traders. Good morning, everybody. This is Jay. We are over here with another episode of Bookmap. Let me know if you can hear me. We're gonna start soon in a couple of minutes. Let's give everybody the opportunity to join. And we're gonna start with our pre-market plan. So we're gonna look into small caps, large caps. When we say large caps, some will be trading with options. I prefer options, and then also futures. Good morning, guys. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, good morning, good morning. So I hope you took COCH. We had a fader this morning. For now, came all the way down. Buongiorno, buongiorno, buongiorno. Thank you, guys. Thank you. So I'm taking a little bit easy in August. As you saw, the market in small caps is still sleepy. We have many more opportunities in small caps, in the futures and in large caps and small caps. But from September, we'll be back for a regimen. And we're gonna look to have a great season together. Also, we're working constantly for the academy over here. So as you know, we're having a September academy. So going to be experience 5 days. Reach out if you need info. So a team at JTrader.co. Okay, so before starting, and then we're going to go, as I said, into the watch list, how to create the pre-market watch list. A few things to say. Today is for order flow. So order flow on small and big caps, but also we're going to analyze some futures. We're going to go and dig into the major structure of how to use Bookmap to read order flow. Remember to read the disclaimer. As usual, I say on Wednesday, these lessons are for education purpose only, so don't treat them like investment advice. Okay, this morning I have here JTrader. So the scanner I use, we have Momo scanner, large caps and small caps. So you can see small caps over here. We have only 3-4 small caps up in the scanner, right? And you know that generally when we see in September, October, but even in June, for example, which was the best month of the year, we had 10, 15 of these. So really huge change. So this morning we start with the last one over here, AUUD. It's a stock that we trade a lot in the past. So you can see also over here the majority of these gaps. So we had 6 gaps. We had a history of fail 83% of the time. So 83% of the time, the stock basically faded. Okay. So what is pump and dump or gap and crap? The stock likes to unwind. How I'm going to treat it this morning. So we can see here right now we're at the JLines. So we'd like to see some pop generally into the VWAP or 306 to short, 305, 306. That's the level, and going there for a short. Let me see on our template. Okay, you can see over here right now. Okay, it's below the 1 minute JLines just over here. Price is around 280. We have history of fader, a lot of bag holders over here. If I scroll down, all these red lines and black lines are the big daily resistance levels. So this morning, a pop for me into the 305 will be a good level to short. Okay, guys. So I'm looking for ideally this this short play. So we can say, again, I'm gonna update over here our watch list. AUD this morning, play a gap and crap. So we're looking for 290 till 305 spike short using Bookmap TP 230. Okay. So the system over here is saying right now, gap and crap. So we're going to look to trade that short. What else we have this morning? We had over here AUD. Okay. We have TIBC. which is a stock that has also a history of failure. The stock had 12 gaps and 9 times, so 75% of the time over here, we faded on day one. This means like it can extend because we see this average spike of 23%. So it means that by average, the stock can go up between 20 and 30% at the gate, more or less. Average high of day time, so it extends generally and finds the high of day in the first hour. Okay, that's because there's a lot of momentum, and you know, big players over here are ready to sell. So it definitely comes down. I can go back over here and check those days where especially we trade a lot of volume. We have some high volume days on TIBC. And I can see, for example, what they did over here, okay? This was the open 930. You can see they go near the golden zone pre-market high 930 and then they fail. We have another day over here. This is the 22nd of April. You can see it again, the open, they pop it. So golden zone near the pre-market high over here. So golden zone is a technical level that we use for who doesn't know, where we have, I would say, we can see the liquidity from smart money, okay, from the big hands, trapping often buyers, and we simply analyze this, and if everything confirms, we get the short play. So over here we had a fail, okay? So we can see often how this stock, you see, opens, it pops, and then it fails, okay? We need to see this. We need to see that pop and fail. So we're gonna treat by history, TIBC like a gap and crap. I was reading the news over here. Actually, no, sorry, pardon. I was reading the news on SISI, not on TIBC. Let's go back. Okay, so this is what it's doing this morning, okay? It came up, you can see higher lows, higher highs, trend line break over here for now is testing to the 1 minute JLines. So we're gonna treat this like a gap and crap. We have just now TRIB, you can see in the Momo scanner. So fast extension, SSR, institutional 31%. We had 3 gappers in the past, 66% of the time. This was a fader. We have a news over here. Regulatory approval granted for commencement of Trinity Biotech offshore. So as a rapid HIV test. Okay, so let's go check now. First of all, we're gonna make TRIB over here and TRIB over here. So now we can see again Bookmap. Okay, so the order flow, some level over here around $2. Let's see also if we have some kind of big daily level resistance. We have around 240. Good bar over here, 2.4 million. So I'd like to see over here another major push for the long play. Now it's fading, the VWAP over here. So if now we're gonna curl back up with volume, I will look to long over here around 188, 190. For now, it's fading, you can see they're selling. As I said, the major daily level is around 240. For now, you can see sellers. There's an SSR. So you see these 2 big bars over here, huge amount of sellers. Okay, some more buyers. Let's see if they can hold over here the support. So if they're gonna hold the support over here and start curling, I'm gonna look into a long play, risking just this 184, 185. Let's see if we can have that play. Not yet. Still staying over here, 186. Wanna see this? There we go. So I grabbed some long over here, 190. Risking that 185 on TRIB. TP for now is 2205. So we have this trend line break. There's a big heat map over here. You can see at 199 is not really moving. So let's see if we have a follow through to the upside. Still buyers 194, 199, 195, sorry. I'm gonna risk this 190. So risking like 1 cent. They put a little bit of resistance at 198, sellers over here. And that's the best level to trade. I mean, like the VWAP dip, SSR, small float. If we fail the 192, I'm gonna get out. So getting out for a break-even trade. So I'm out break-even. The reason why is on this push, I want to see right away the break of $2. So when I see these big pushes, they right away push on the break over here and this. Let's see if now it's gonna push, but I'm not in anymore. And you want always to buy into support, okay? So you can see over here on Bookmap, you never want to chase, okay? Like we see often, you know, newbies or, you know, like some chat pumps, they're gonna tell you, oh, buy the break of 199, $2 over here, you know, like you're looking to buy the top. No, that is where often you will see a fake breakout or seller joining short. So you want to start buying where we have a support, where we have low risk. So these zones over here, but it's not because I see a heat map, oh, let's buy it. Okay. So it has to be a level together with the other level on the chart. So for example, key support, VWAP or JLines, something like that. Remember, guys, we have also CZ this morning, so we have already a plan for that. For now on TRIB, we see sellers over here. Exactly. Just like him. So I think we're gonna fail. Look at huge amount of sellers we had over here. Guys, I think TRIB is over here is gonna fail. See that huge amount of sellers, and then also all these heat maps above. Now it's fading. So I'm sharing my trade is a 1 cent in the money trade, but it's basically to show you the execution. It was done with very small 3,000 share to start the position before the breakout. But as soon as I see this didn't work, I simply cut the position. So they're back over here to the VWAP. So what could happen over here? That we have another long play. Why? Because they had a fake breakdown. And these fake breakdowns are very, very interesting. Now we don't have any more the 199. So I'm looking for this break over here. If I see a break with speed of 195, 196, I will enter with very, very, I would say, tight stop loss. I don't like to remain, in a trade, especially into the long, and this is like dumping and I'm in. So I like to enter in momentum. I need to see the break of 194, 195 to enter. If I see the enough volume, I will enter in long. No, I'm not getting short over here. This fake breakdown that we had is what tells me I'm like really to short over here because somebody bought for a reason. Okay, this over here, somebody bought for a reason. We are into the golden zone over here, actually trading between 185 and 195. I wanted to go over other stocks that we have for the morning. PLTR, NQ, so yes and NQ futures, Tesla. We have also CZ over here. But for now, I think it's a very good lesson to stay on the tape in order to flow on TRIB. Also, the price action over here is pretty good. It's rejecting. Let's see what it's going to do at the 180 again. Still holding, guys. They're still holding over here this level. Let's see if they can break the 194. And you can see again over here the sellers, right, on this bar. So first they pushed back up to the 195, 194, 195, 194. We have a big heat map. And then they sold it again. But what seems easy in reality is not. There's a big fight over here between buyers and sellers. Check this 186 again. I'm gonna put it here at 5 minutes so you can see also the higher time frame. They're gonna break that 194. Let's see. It's still stacking. I'm looking for this 194 breakout to buy. Okay. Entry long 194. I'm risking very tight now, 194 itself. Let's see if you can break 2 and hold the 2. Don't short this, guys. Okay, it's much better. They put some resistance at 2. $197 is guiding it down. As I said, my risk is break even, 194. And we are 6 minutes more or less to the open. So for who came over here, we are in a trading range on TRIB. This is our stop, it is there a fader. TRIB is up on the news. We are long 194. We're finding a big resistance in terms of sellers that every time comes in. You can see now on Bookmap at $2. All these green dots is essentially the executions, okay, that we have from buyers stepping in. They're trying to clear the liquidity, but then we have sellers constantly at 2. I wouldn't short over here at all. I'm just like long position. I want to see that 240 is our target daily. I know it's a lot what I'm asking. I know it's a lot and really depends from the volume, okay, that we'll have. Okay, now we have a new pre-market high, 204, 205. And these sellers over here, I believe some bag holders, but for me, these are also all the short sellers that are trying simply to dump it, to find a top on this, which for me is wrong. Don't try to find a top because market will kill you, and especially trading by ego will never make you profitable. So let's see how it develops over here. If it fails now, 198, okay, we can take profit and get out before 194, okay? So now raise, as I said, stop to 195 in the money. But don't try to find a top. That's a major point. You can see that they dumped somebody, brought this up to 204, and then they dumped it over here to 196. If you're looking on that 197, it's pretty stacked, the ask. You would think now it's going to break down 195. So ideally, that is, the idea, right? You see a big seller at 197, you think, okay, now it's going to break the 195 to the downside. They also put more resistance at $2. Good example is pre-market about Bookmap, using Bookmap. Now look what they did. They put the support at 195. So you can see that 25,000 there, 125, 195. So they made some kind of support. And now they're dumping it. So the support came off. So actually they sold to him. And now we're back to the VWAP. Okay. So again, over here, explaining the how to execute over here. We take a long out right away. We take the long over here. And then once we see that cannot hold the $2, we're getting out. So no loss, small win, but that was practically the correct way to trade it. Okay, so we have 1 minute to the gate. Several things to watch from PLTR to NQ to Tesla. Then we have TAR now all the way down. I'm going to put over here TRIB. CZ is another one that I'm interested in. And then also this morning, I want to look at NVIDIA, AMD, Oklo. Remember to respect the rules. Trade only when you have an A+ setup. And let's see if the markets will be bearish or bullish. Okay, a few seconds to open the gate over here. So TRIB, the VWAP, CZ extending over here. Tesla push for now. PLTR, some push. You can see sellers over here now dumping on CC. This was very nice. You could see how an SSR forms these. They are like, dumps, like slowly dumps. And Q down. So this gives us an idea of what the market is going to do. So we have all the plays over here. NQ. We have over under, short, and then we have a short on major plays. Besides CZ that is fading, we have NVIDIA. We have AMZN, Microsoft, dump over here in the meanwhile of CZ. Tesla is bouncing and QBTS is bouncing and HUD is bouncing. Sono tutti sotto. NVIDIA, good, beautiful. NQ, good, beautiful. Microsoft, good, beautiful. So you will see that the forecast over here, okay, it's written over here right away, over under, when you have that play. The bars need to be red, okay. The JLines over here needs to be pink, and that is also with the volume, okay, like over here. The bars are red, the JLines are pink, that's your short at the gate. Tesla pop and fail. Look over here with a push and then reversal. So we're gonna also put Tesla up. And we'll be shorting Tesla with a JLine rejection, okay? So in this case, AMZN, Microsoft, NQ, all short plays confirmed. Hold it with our strategy. So using 1 minute trailing and 5 minutes. Tesla, look for a JLine rejection to short then. So we'll be looking for that play if it comes. Let's see what else we have, traders. I was looking at ES as well. You can see that it's holding this trend line. Okay, so until this trend line break, no play. Apple, no. AMD, waiting. AMZN, we had a breakdown, now coming. Bidu, gap down play. Coin, start watching, because if Bitcoin will fail, Bidu will be also, sorry, coin will also fail big. Meta's fading good, Microsoft good, MSTR breakdown. This is from our watch list. You can see over here, this is already prepared. So MSTR coming, A+. Stay only short with the market right now. NVIDIA, beautiful. So NVIDIA, perfect A+. We're gonna bring it over here. Tesla, we still have to wait. NVIDIA, perfect A+, perfect. Some support 174 in NVIDIA, pre-market low right now. We need to see the breakdown of this level. So everything is coming down. So we continue to hold over here. NVIDIA, Meta, CC, Microsoft, NQ, hold all short, okay? 174 went. Yeah, patient, guys. Patience, try to hold as much as you can. It's a beautiful short market. So when we say to be fast in execution, try to be fast like this. Garfield over here, perfect golden zone rejection. This is a short play. So we have NBY, AUD, and CTP up. Yeah, nothing, not too much stuff, guys, in the small cap land or in the large cap land long. Okay, NVIDIA over here, beautiful. Meta, NQ, Microsoft, great. Amazon, great. So all good. All textbooks. Five textbooks short. May they do it? Take out 1/3 of the position on everything. Take out 1/3 NQ, 1/3 Microsoft. One-third Meta, 1/3 Amazon, 1/3 NVIDIA. Don't trade, so many plays like we are sharing. Focus on 1, 2 the max. So Meta over here, the lows, NVIDIA, the lows. Microsoft, some pullback. NQ over here, still lows. And Amazon over here, a little bit of pullback. So let's hold short. You can see a video over here. We don't see any kind of big buyers still making lower highs, lower lows. So simply hold it for the short side, okay? Great start of the day. New lows on Meta, NVIDIA. Amazon, new lows. Over here, you can see our major plays, okay? So in 9:31, we confirmed the short on NVIDIA, Amazon, Microsoft, NQ. Yes, also to the lows over here. Let's see, guys. Try to hold, try to hold, try to hold. Microsoft, the only one that didn't work as we wanted, so out, break even. New lows, guys, on NVIDIA. New lows on NQ, new lows on AMZN. The Microsoft here reverse, so good trailing. Um, guys, try to see now that 1 minute, as you know, okay? Remember the play on the 1 minute is to trail with the 9 and 20, okay? So 9 and 20 EMA trail 1 minute, as we've been talking on Amazon and NQ, on NVIDIA, on Meta, blah, 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 all of these. Tesla is stuck in the range, huh? As I said, below the pre-market low, general rejection, Tesla is going to be a good short. QBT faded as well, so QBT short play. I'm going to place it over here. This is beautiful because gap down play, okay? So you also have that inside bar that you know I love it. That is our play, short on QBT. So monster day for the shorts. Monster day. But it was funny because this morning it popped at the gate. And then again, JLine rejection failed as well. Look NQ, guys. Look NQ. New lows on NVIDIA. Don't try too long. Don't try too long, guys. This is our NVIDIA. Wow. Guys, look at NVIDIA. 172. Hope you're still short. Incredible breakdown. Wow. Amazon is still riding as well. Wow. Look over here, guys. I'm gonna put over here 1 second the 1 minute on Amazon. Simply killer. Our short on the field of JLines. Right? That's all we want to see. Microsoft came good, and then once it went back to break even, we said trail. NVIDIA, the short play all the way down. Look over here. We're getting to 171. We said QBTS. Remember what I said, inside bar over here, breakdown, boom. Unwinding big as well. We have also hood. Meta. Look over here, the short plays. Look over here, the short plays. Look AMZN. Look AMZN, guys. Look in Q. Look in Q, guys. Amazing. Always you can see over under. Okay, you have this on your template, over under. So it gives you simply the setup to trade. $171. So we have AMZN fail, hold, NQ hold, NVIDIA hold, Meta hold, Oklo, if you took it, hold. And then we have also, as I was saying, MSTR hold. This from the pre-market plan. Trail now 9 and 20, okay? As you know, the scalping is going to be over here, that trailing. Just go look over here on PLTR. It's also started to dump now, so it's getting interesting. PLTR yesterday, remember what we did? I mean, I was not here yesterday. Sorry guys, I had a business meeting and working a lot for the community, so everything is gonna be even better here. So this is PLTR. You can see the fail, pull back, pull back. Every single of these stops was with JLines. So this morning it's, look what we had, a push. So over here you don't short, right? The bars are blue or green. But once you have this trend line break, this bar becomes red. That's our short play. That's our JLine rejection. Short signal. You get it? That's your short signal, guys. That is where you want to enter the market. Okay. And you can see also the over under. PLTR, that's all we wanted. PLTR all morning from the watch list. So once it fails the open level, stay with the 7289 EMA band, JLines, and target the major key level, as we said, 145, 144 today. Wow, look over here. NVIDIA 171. So NVIDIA is, well, who took it with us is a killer. Going to 170, guys. What a market. I start to see some -5, -4, -6 on hood. AMD over here, -3. Okay, let's go back. We're getting to the 170 now. NVIDIA is becoming ridiculous. You can see we're getting to a new low. This is NVIDIA today, guys. 170 drop. Oh my goodness. My goodness. Look at this NQ. It's down more than 220 points. What a beautiful breakdown. What a beautiful breakdown, guys. What a beautiful breakdown. My goodness. Yeah, just try to hold 9 and 20. Remember, 9 and 20. So Oklo faded as well. Remember QBTS that we were saying, guys, is down almost 6%. It's not easy sometimes, you know, at the gate. Look over here. They opened QBTS, they popped a little bit, and then they failed. The signals were red, so you simply stay short. The system gives you over under. But it's not easy, you know, like you have that little bit of pressure the first 5 minutes. And some traders have asked me, Jay, how can I beat that fear? Only with, you know, retrading these setups over and over until really you get tired of doing it. Until this becomes so pathetic that it's just too easy for you. Okay? Uh, QQQ is the same old thing. Q. So are you trading Q or QQQ? Let's see. There should be some kind of pullback because the market fears so much. So some kind of profit taken. It's more than physiological. Look at Amazon. Remember Amazon, we took a trade into the 931, 932 time. So exactly here, around 266 and 40. Okay. And it's not playing that bad, right? It's not playing that bad, I believe. Guys, look over here. Now we're going to go back on NVIDIA because I think it's the main one. I don't want to give back too much if this is going to bounce. By the time this 1920 is going to be blue, okay? So what I'm doing over here, just want to share with you something. So we're going to align our strategy with the daily, okay? So I'm looking at the daily 1 second, and I'm looking over here at NVIDIA. Let's put in, okay. And you can see that the prices right now, really, it's dropping. I mean, I have a major support over here, 166 and then 157. And it's hard to believe, really, it's hard to believe that, right? But we are in a major pullback, is a major over here pivot. This pivot over here is the L6. Okay, so L6 now in everything. So Meta, Amazon, NVIDIA, NQ, Oklo, MSTR, take another 1/3. Okay, so NVIDIA, we are from 176 to 171. You should be out 2/3 out at least. All right. And same on NQ and the Qs, okay? Same on NQ and the Qs. We're gonna put over here in Q just to show you. Oh, NQ has, yeah, NQ has still space till 23,000. That will be another 150 points, 170 points, more or less. Look what I break them, guys. Insane market today. And, everything is possible. So it could be even that, Trump tweets something and the market over here starts pushing from this low, and tomorrow we are back above 23,500 on NQ. Okay, so I'm just looking right now at the price action in this moment. Yeah, let's go back over here. So Tesla, you can see also the fail. Once we feel that support, okay, everything became red. As you know, when I mean red, it means like a major seller. So the major point, what is? Follow the trend. Follow the trend, guys. Tesla came almost to the hourly JLines at 318-ish. Very nicely whirl. A few things over here because I see some questions. Let's look at Tesla, but this could be for everything else. So a lot of traders ask me, Jay, when I see these big heat maps over here, it's written 50K, 25K, 77K. So you go over here, where it's written configure add-ons, okay? And it's a liquidity marker. You can put this at 20, 25, 30. You don't actually need it, okay? I just put over here to show you the size of these levels. If it's more than 20K, you will have it signed up like this. So for example, it's 19, you won't see it. And the other question that I often receive is, okay, when I see this, how do I know that I don't have to buy and over here I should have bought? First of all, what the chart is telling you. Okay, one thing is the order flow. Okay, but what the chart is telling you. If the chart is not showing you, for example, a major support level, let's say a major daily level, and the daily level is forming a double bottom. So you know that on the second low, maybe volume divergence as well, huge heat map below, you can start taking that long. But unless you don't see that, you don't trade these long, you stay in short, even because if you look at all these, I'm going to point them out over here. If you look at all these dots, okay, these dots over here, I would say what? The majority, the 95% of these is red. So means that we have sellers. Okay, you cannot long over here. Will simply kill you. And the same thing if you do it on something like NVIDIA that we were looking at before. We had some big heat maps over here. This was huge, okay, 173. But look over here, the price action. And it's even over here, 170. Should I go long? No. Why? Because that's still the majority over here of these dots are red, okay? So don't go short, please. Sorry, don't go long, please, okay? Don't go long, please. That's a major point. So over here, don't go long despite the big heat map support. You can't. You simply can't. You can't. Okay, so Tesla's getting to the new lows, NVIDIA to the new lows. NQ new lows, Amazon new lows. Market didn't stop. At this point, it's getting scary. Generally, you see these big dumps on Friday. Okay, generally, I really see this on Friday, guys. Market is very scary right now. Very, very scary. Let's go back to the 5 minutes so we can have a little bit of major picture. Also, I would say the 50-minute chart. So as you know, red candles, short. Okay, red JLines, short. So if you look, example over here, Meta, it's all red since the 15th. Okay, so the 15th over here at the open, we had a long play. Okay, but then once we fill the JLines, it's all short. So the system is very, very easy. So this part is where you go long. This part is where you go short, where you go short. Okay, so this is over here is a long, this is a short, and this is a short. You understand it? Okay, so try to see things in this way. I'm doing names, doesn't mean these traders are not doing what I'm saying, but for example, some things is trading, you know, a system where you simply only have a breakdown or following one indicator. No, that doesn't help. You need to have the strategy perfectly back tested. And then also you have to track how it works, and you have to trade it for time in different environments, in different market scenarios. Okay. If we took over here NVIDIA, and we're gonna put this on a 15-minute chart, right? So this is the part where you're going long. This is the part you're going short. This is the part you're going short. Over here you're going short. Over here in sideways. Actually, this is all sideways over here. So I doubt over here short and long now. This is all range. Okay, so this is the short play, the short play. This is the long play you want to take. This is a short play you want to take. This is the long play you want to take. So you trade when you're getting out from these trading ranges. And this morning we had a really, I think, one of the best day of the month. Okay, let's go back, guys, into the order flow, because I need to show you a few other things, especially on PLTR. This was the one that this morning was bouncing. Okay, so I'm gonna cancel some of these notes. And by the way, if you make notes on the chart, that's good. Okay, it's easy to understand, to review it, do it. Okay, do it. Okay, so the market over here opened, and it showed over here some green, but not that much. Okay, if you analyze over here this this first pop, okay, it went to this high liquidity area. That high liquidity area that we see over here, it's also the 5-minute JLines. Okay, this over here, this band, and then it faded. So over here we start fading. You can see that we have some green, some green, some green, but then look the reds. When we start having these sellers, so look over here, look at the entity. It's not mission impossible. I mean, look, the entity over here, the big sellers over here. So we have some buyers, some buyers over here. Look, some buyers, and look the sellers, the huge amount of sellers. So once we fill over here this zone, and you can see the dots over here, the bars, the candles, actually the candles, sorry, becoming red, and everybody has over here, as I said, now this template. Okay, you become a member, and you have this under a very small fee for the year. This is the short play. Okay, you can see the scalping band is becoming over here red. We're fading the JLines 1. The bar over here is red. The strategy over here tells you over under. That is your short play. And I like to have aligned the 1, 3, 5, 15, 60 minutes, but in order not to be, not to have too many charts, 1 and 5 is more than enough. So you have the 1 and the 5 over here. The 5 gives that confirmation, and then the forecast. And the major point for me is not really taking the entry, because that, I believe, is one of the easiest things to do, is really how to get out. That really can change everything, because let's assume that you have 50% win rate. Okay, let's assume Shane, Charu, Paul, 50% win rate, being that you are making 5R per trade, or that you take break-even trades or stop trades. Okay, what it changes? It changes when you trail. That's the only thing that is really important, the exit. Because whenever is your entry, let's say you have 40, 60, 70, 30, 75% win rate, it's always that. But what makes you profitable or not is the exit. You exit too soon, you make 1R. When you lose, you lose 1R, okay? Supposedly all your losses should be 1R. So if you have 70% win rate, maybe you're a little bit green. But if you have a 35% win rate, you're definitely red. Let's change now. Let's say you have 35% win rate, but when you make money, you make 4R, 5R. Okay, now you're green. Or you make 8R, now you're green. So it really changes how you can trail. If you're not able to trail, and you saw how we scale out, by now you should have like 6R in many of these stocks. If you're not able to do that, you're not going to be profitable. Okay, so trailing is the lesson of today. Okay, team. So trailing. The last thing, I'm answering some of the questions that you guys sent me. So thank you, by the way. Feel free to write me in DM. Okay. So what gives me confirmation on Bookmap? Okay. What gives me confirmation on Bookmap? What is that I have the confirmation to, for example, getting short right now? Okay. Or in this market this morning. So the first thing is analyze always the market scenario. And then before that the market starts, okay, so at 9:30, or actually a few minutes before, I always start picturing Bookmap, and I zoom out and I start looking what are the major heat map levels. And I see this 150, okay? And we're looking at PLTR. So I know that if 150 this morning goes away, it's gonna dump, tank. At 150, it dips, and I start seeing a lot of green dots, I know it's going to bounce and it's going to be a big long for me. So once the market starts, and I have over here that support 150, that I know it's a major support on the chart, and I see over here some bounce, but then at the first resistance over here comes off, and I start fading, and now this is the point 150. Okay, do I see over here big green dots like this one and higher lows so that I can long on the dip, or I see a fail and rejection? Guys, I saw a fail and a rejection. That is what gives me confirmation. So don't enter on the breakout or breakdown of simply a level, but wait that we break down and then retest. That is the confirmation. Guys, I don't want to, that I'm not like over here to, to tell you too many things about commercials and everything, but this is something good for you. Okay. So it's free. Actually, you want to earn 3 months of Global Plus completely for free. Okay. And also you can have this hoodie. Okay. So look at this, okay? Over here is written everything. Share your winning set on X, IG, or LinkedIn with a hashtag free blue jacket, and you can have the chance to win this. Okay, so I'm sharing this in the room. It's for you guys. Okay, I'm gonna put over here in announcements for you guys. Okay, back to trading. Let's see a few questions. So Natsu's asking, hi Natsu, good morning, buddy. Let's go back over here. So if we use a fixed R hotkey to enter, should we leave that no matter what? It still continue, or should we have some discretion for the exit, extending the stay for higher R's? Yes, exactly, buddy. Imagine this. The hotkeys, for example, that I shared, okay, as an entry, supposedly, let's make an example on this. So the hotkeys that I have on DAS, guys, okay, I have an entry short over here, okay. Here, the system gives me an entry. The stop loss is over here, okay, supposedly, and it calculates this as 1 hour. 1 hour risk, okay? This is 1 hour risk. The system tells me, so this hotkey is made for 2R, so let's say more or less over here. He sells me 25%. At 4R, he sells me 50%. Another 25% at 8R. But this, of course, these trailings, which acts in the system in 3, you could do it in 3 and 4 and 5. You can drag them up or down, because let's say that right now over here we have a support, right, and start bouncing very fast, and I'm still waiting. Oh, let's wait over here, the price gets filled. No, I'm cutting because I'm seeing something like a reversal opposite signal, so I have to get out. Those hotkeys are good because mentally they gave me an idea of patience. So when I plot them, okay, let's say my entry is here again, this is the stop loss, and he how to triggers over here the targets. Of course, then I have to put targets, modify them based on the trailing. I have a huge support, let's say 150, like we saw before on Bookmap, together with a daily chart. Okay, let me get out that 25% before, maybe I get at 4R. Or markets reversing. I'm still in like 75% of the position. Okay, let me get out everything because market reversing instantly. So yes, have them, like we said, 2R, 4R, 8R, because it's a very good average. But according to the market scenario that we have, being that we are in a big trend on a breakdown, so below a major key level, or in a trading range, we have to modify them. Okay. I don't want to say it's discretionary because it's not, but it's very important to understand the setup that we have and the liquidity that we have. This morning, remember, sorry, we had NVIDIA, and I was saying the target that I'm looking is 170 because it's a major support. We have a huge heat map over here, but this is not for me that at 170 I want to get out entirely, because what can happen? We talked the JLines, it still goes down maybe today to 150. I don't believe it, but you know, everything can happen. So what I'm doing in that case, okay, let me get out 75% or 70% of the position. VWAP or JLines over here, I can have maybe a rejection. You see 172 already have heat map. I already have VWAP over here and JLines. Okay, maybe I can have another entry short. Okay, so it's a good question, but remember to trail based on our market scenario, on the setup and the liquidity that we have. This is NQ this morning. So practically, if we have to make this, guys, this is the entry short. And that's the stop loss. Okay, so that's a stop loss. Over here, we're risking on NQ around 25 points. Okay, so already at 100 points, we are for R. So we have over here, we go down 4R. And then we go down 8R. And then we go down 12R. So in this case, you have to trail and not get out on those fixed, we say, TP. Got it, buddy? Because the market is fading, so you have to stay short. This is our trailing. And then you analyze over here the order flow. You have still major sellers, okay? Over here, still major. So this is, for example, is NVIDIA, but the same thing is on NQ or Netflix or Mate or Hood or anything. Okay, so that. Few other questions, guys. Let's see in small cap land. So TAR. So TAR today, remember what we said, SSR, okay? And let me find over here one thing. You're welcome, Nacho. Remember, 10:30 we have the mentoring, okay? So TAR today, I want to point out something. Buongiorno, buongiorno. So JC was saying TAR has warrants at 203 today. So now is the time that they could dump. Okay, so TAR from JC said we have 203 warrants. So am I going to get short over here? Remember SSR. We have this. Let's see if I have it. No, I don't have it on Bookmap. I can close over here some stuff. I don't think we need this anymore. We can put TAR. So the only way that I enter short above the pre-market high on SSR, high volume traded. And this is a nice short squeeze because you can see it failed over here and over the JLines and VWAP and then boom, push, okay? It's if we fail the trend, we go to the golden zone and then from there, huge heat map and I can short it. For now, for me is no play. The only play I would do is this over here is a huge heat map, okay? So that would be the play idea on TAR. Okay, guys. Otherwise, everything that is SSR, high volume after 10:30, after 10, sorry, above the pre-market high, I'm not really touching. That's the only short setup that I like to trade, and I see that it has a decent win rate to trade on these plays over here. All right. Yeah, the 5 minutes, let me check. Yeah, on the 5 minutes, sometimes you don't see the trend line that good. The 1 minute seems a little bit more precise, but you know, you can do it on the 5, the 3, it's definitely the same. This is the first moment TAR that is showing some sellers over here. You can see on the order flow. Yeah, the first moment over here. I think then you took a nice wash over here. Nice wash. If I look at these dots on Bookmap, they're all green. All green. Only the last 1 minute over here, I see some red. They're all green. They're all green. All right, team, 10:30. We passed a good 90 minutes together. I was here since 8, so this morning we started a little bit earlier in our pre-market. From September, we're going to start every day, you know, generally, again, around 7 o'clock New York time. I'm going to be now in a mentoring session, so we're still holding the majority of the trades, AMD, AMZN, NVIDIA, and Q. If you want to learn more, there's like an academy. So you're invited over here in Italy to trade with me. You sit next to me. We trade on live account. And it's going to be an experience at the end of September for 5 trading days. If instead you want to be mentored, reach out in email to be mentored or on stocks or futures or options. Okay. So see you again next week. I hope this was a good lesson, that you learned a lot. Feel free to reach out if you have any questions, and take care. Good luck.